Una welcome to this channel where we dey give an ogbonge update on wetin dey happen for Biafran territory and how the Islamic State dey enter gbege. Na why Prime Minister talk say breaking news: the Biafran Liberation Army has decimated the Nigerian terrorists in their numbers. Should we shock them with videos? Another update now about the security briefing on how you go get information on the latest development in Biafran Republic government in exile. Make now listen to Prime Minister.
Yeah, the issue of uploading this receipt is probably one of the difficulties that our people are going to have. Yeah. So what we are going to do is that if there is a provision for them to state how long they have supported the struggle, then post only one receipt and write how long they have supported the struggle. We may have to also devise a means to verify whether the person have been contributing or not through our internal verification, in order to speed up this process of the ID card, so we can have as many numbers of people as possible to be able to cover the number that is required by Jumio services. So can you bring a European rep to the, can you give European rep mic, please, on this particular issue? Thank you. Okay. And they were done so okay, well, it's not that is the worry sister. All right. So can you give Uche? Can you give Uche mic, please?
Yeah, Uche, please unmute yourself. BM, welcome.
Yes, good evening, Prime Minister, good evening, Cabinet members, and good evening, Biafrans. We actually already have a solution for that, and we decided that all the representatives would have to issue their members a certificate of contribution to the government. So they will just state for the period of contribution and state their details. And if they have contributed on behalf of their family members can as well be listed on that certificate. And then their family members can also use the same certificate to apply for the identification card. But it has to come from the liaison office with the liaison letterhead. So that template has already been forwarded to all the regions as we speak. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So let me get this correct. Who are they going to contact for that certificate of contribution?
They should contact their admins or regional representatives, and they will be the one to, because they have the records of payments. So they will just go through their records of payments and enter that information according to the certificate template. So the template is made very easy that once you just open it, you just put the person's name and then put the person's contribution period. You don't necessarily need to state how much the person has contributed, but just the period of contribution. And then for the liaison officer or admin will now forward that certificate to the individual, and then they can use it to apply for the ID card. Because there are regions that have like multiple contributions, like multiple donations. So there is no way to give everybody the same receipt of payment. So it will be very, very difficult. And in order to avoid such problems, it is better that they just issue that certificate in confirmation of their donations.
I think that's very fine. So well noted. It means we have to make some changes in that area in the system so that it will reflect this new change.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, and for those that have not done their donations through their coordinators or admins, and they do individually, please address that one as well, so that they wouldn't be in the dark.
For those that have not, for individual donors, simply use the last 3 months. Was it last 3 months or last 6 months of your donations? Upload them compile them in one PDF file, and then you can upload that. I think that should be fine.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. Please, anyone that wants to open the camera can do so now. You can open your camera now. You can open your camera now before we continue. You can open your camera now if you want to. You can open your camera now. You can open your camera now. All right, we go to the next person.
Minister,
Victor's iPhone.
Minister Sonny,
Yeah.
Minister Sonny, 1 second before you proceed. In respect to our sister's last question, I just want to inform everybody that while you're registering for your Finland event, it's very, very important you get your ID between now and May. Between March, April, May, the next 2 months, complete your ID card. There's a couple of programs we have in Finland. If you don't have your Biafra ID, you may not participate in those programs. So it's very, very important that while you're doing your Finland ticket, also take time to do your ID card. That one may take just a little bit time because you have to do the Jumio verification and all that, but it's just $100. So just take out time and also do your ID card and have your ID while you're coming to Finland. Couple of programs in Finland. If you don't have that Biafra ID, you may not be part of that program. Thank you. I just want to let everybody know that too. Go ahead, Sonny.
Thank you. Victor's iPhone. Over to you, please.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. I just want to mention 2 things. I'm going through my application here. The application says the name of your father and the name of your mother and the date they were born. My father died a long time ago, and I don't even know the date he was born. And I think it's probably 1904, 1927, I guess. And then my father, the same thing. I mean, my mother, the same thing. So what do I do what I do in this respect? Because my father died, my mother died. And the next of kin at home, only my immediate senior can be seen as next of kin at home.
Thank you very much. We've received a report on that aspect of father and mother information part. So we're going to quickly review that part tomorrow, and then we're going to come to a conclusion. So we're going to have that review with PM and the committee so that we can see if there should be some changes or what needs to be omitted from that part. So please expect that.
So I will keep that side.
Yes. Or rather, another option is if the place is compulsory, we have to make it non-compulsory. So that when you get there, you do not have that information. You can easily skip it.
Okay. And what about the next of kin?
That part is really essential. It's very, very essential.
So you can put anybody, like my immediate senior.
Yeah.
That's
your son or your daughter, or your relative.
Anybody you select could be your next of kin.
Okay. And one more question. You have to upload your passport or your driver's license.
So we showed in the video, the time we were doing presentation, we showed acceptable means of acceptable type of ID and passport photograph. If you remember, let me quickly show it again. So if you are seeing on the screen, if you are using ID card, national ID card, place it on a white piece of paper. Then use your phone to take a picture of the front page and the back, the front and the back of that national ID card or driver's license. Okay? So that it will be clearly shown as you are seeing on the screen right now. If you are also using a passport document, make sure that it is wide open like the sample you are seeing on the screen. Then you take picture of the biometric page. That's if you are using your passport ID. You can upload it onto the system. Place the passport document wide open on a white piece of paper before you take, or a clear space with nothing to distract or deviate on the side of the document. As you can see, there's nothing, no date around, nothing is showing, only the passport document is showing here. When you take the picture, it's going to look similar like this. So when you are doing your own, open it wide, place it on a maybe A4 sheet of paper, place it on it, and use your phone camera to capture it and upload.
Okay.
Yes,
Right, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I would like to address, there was a question that was raised earlier as to those who are not able to pay with bank cards. So this is where your license offices will play a big role. And I encourage every region to please support the government to open license offices in your region. So at this point, those with license office can make an appointment with their license admins, go there, fill the form with them in person, and they can arrange how they would assist you with the payment methods and how you can be able to transfer the amount back to them. So this would be a temporary option until we find a permanent process for those who do not have access to an online payment. So please, it is very, very important. If your license office is not yet active, you can contact your admin as well and visit the person, arrange a time and visit in person so that the person can assist you in filling the forms and then making the payment. Thank you very much.
Please, anyone can
Thank
still
you.
use the chat. Anyone can still use this chat section to drop your question there. Someone will respond to
Thank
it.
you. Thank you. Please, if your question has been asked already, needless of you repeating the same question. And for the video, if you were not here from the very beginning, if you want the team to be going back, review every video and every part, we may not live here. So the media team, after now, will cut out the recorded video from this Zoom, not the one on the media, this Zoom. We will cut out that very part of the step-by-step guide when Mazi Press explained everything, and then we will circulate it. So help us so that we can do it bam bam bam. Ngozi Obalenwe, unmute yourself, please.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Prince, for the great and wonderful presentation. I have a few questions. One is that at times when you're filling those forms, if you're not fast, it might go off. How long will the form remain for people to fill? Because when I was, for example, filling some forms, by the time you go 20 minutes, the whole thing will go off and you start again. How is there arrangement for that? That's my question. How do you navigate to come back to continue to fill? How long will it be open for you to fill? Then the second question is, how do we get the card? Is there any place in the form where you can fill where you are and where the card will be sent to you after it is printed. I didn't hear that when you were presenting. And then still on the use of ID card, because each person is supposed to open an account with his or her own email. So if you are helping somebody, how do you negotiate that? Thank you.
So if you are helping somebody, help the person create Gmail if they don't have one, and then help them to fill the form. I think that's the simple solution.
Using the same Visa card.
Yeah, when you get to the place to pay with the card. You can pay with your own card for the person.
Okay.
But let the person create their own account. When it's time to make payment, pay for them.
So which means you cannot do it for somebody who is not close to you, where you are.
I think if you know the person, you cannot use your card to pay for somebody you don't know. So definitely somebody you know. So if the person decides you know the person and trust the person share their login information with you, you can make the pay. But we encourage the person to be with you while they are going through that process. So whoever you are going to help, let the person sit beside you. Two of you will go through it together. When it gets to the time to make payments, make the payment on his or her behalf. That's the best way. I think that part is answered. Please,
yes.
Next question, please.
The next question is, how long will the form be open for the person to fill all those information? Because there are some forms after 20 minutes, it will just close. And then is there a place to begin again?
Yeah, so on the aspect of the timeline, we have 1 hour. We extended the time from 30 minutes to 1 hour. And this is the reason why in our presentation we said, take your paper, take your pen, write down answers to these questions in the form, so that once you start, you'll be able to finish it. That's the best and easiest way to fill this form. And let's remember, this system is a new system. There are some security features we put in place so that we do not jeopardize things. And this timing is part of it. So let's say within that 1 hour, you're not able to finish the application process. What you need to do is you log back in, you go to submitted forms, as I did in the presentation. Go to the submitted forms in your account, select that particular form, tap on it, and it will open. Click on edit. It will take you back to the form.
And then is there a place where we can place where the card will be sent, where the country the person is, and things like that?
So once your card is ready, admins will reach out to you. And you also know from your own account the status of your ID card and application process.
Thank you.
So whatever is the arrangement, let's take note. The admin that will contact me is not those who are managing the system. It's those in your country, like the liaison, those administrators in the liaison office in your country. They are going to reach out to you to let you know that your ID card is around. Please, how do you want to receive it? Would you like to come in person, or you want them to ship it to you or mail it to you, depending on your choice? So whatever is the arrangement between you and them, they will be able to use that to serve the purpose.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and please, I want to also encourage everybody. We have made this process to an international standard. So just like how you would apply for any identification document in any country, it is the same process, an application process with this our ID card. So sometimes when you see questions on the form, first of all, try to also ask those around you, maybe your family members, your son, your daughters, your spouse, it could be anybody, so that they could also take a look at the questions and then maybe explain to you better. But if you have to wait because you did not understand a question, you have to wait till you now maybe send an email. You see, it takes a lot of process. So it could be that the question was not clear enough. So always the first point of action is to ask those around you to look at that question to see if they can help to resolve, because we have made it in a way that it will be very, very friendly for all the users. So once this process is not fruitful, then you can now contact the admin for support. But please, let's try to help the process so that it can serve you better. Not every question that you have, even though there is something your someone around you could have helped you with, and then it took you a lot of time because you didn't know what to do at that point. So please, let's have that in mind. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Please,
Somebody said on the
Minister Son, anybody that is asking a question, please just make it very brief, and the answers too very brief, because we'll take like 3 more hands and then we go to the next presentation, please. Thank you.
Thank you. 3 more. Mazi Chidera, unmute yourself.
Then we'll come back to everybody.
Okay. Good evening from here. Greetings to the team here present, the ministers. Please, I would like to go straight to the question. I'm asking, based on the place I'm residing, like in this part of Africa, obtaining like an ID card of a driving license is not that very easy. And what we have here where I'm residing is, we call it consular card, which you go through the embassy of the zoo here before you can be able to obtain that. So, and I heard where you were, explaining that ID card of the zoo is not acceptable in the system. So I don't know how some of us here can, get our own ID card, and that was the payment. I don't know if this is the second question though. So should I go ahead?
Go ahead.
Okay, the second question is that in the payment system, most of us don't have the MasterCard to pay, and somehow we don't even have someone that have the MasterCard here where we are residing. Is it possible to pay through the crypto or Biafran coin when the app is finally out? So how do we do that to facilitate the application? Thank you.
Thank you very much. This crypto thing is what we've been thinking of, if we can integrate that or not. So we are going to discuss that with PM and the committee. Let's see if they would want us to integrate it, because now things are going digital, including payment. That's the aspect of that one. So if that is approved, we can work on that. If not, we can still retain the same system we have. Then on your first question, please, can you repeat that again briefly?
Yeah, okay. In the first question, I was asking because we don't have normally driving license here is not that easy, because most of us here doesn't have a card to even go for driving license. So, but we have a card here. We call it consular card, which we obtain through the embassy of the zoo here. So we don't necessarily have a card that the government of this country issues to us. So, but I don't know how we can apply for an ID card and without the necessary ID card required, like the driver license or passport of this country, based on the African we are residing. Yeah.
So I know that if you have that consular document or passport, the zoo passport, you can use it to get the country citizen non-citizen ID card. So I don't know if that's applicable where you are, but most of the African countries are not utilizing non-citizen ID card, which bears that country they are staying their information. So if you have that, that would be fine, because I think that's the best option again for those who are in African countries.
That's why I'm saying if the consular is acceptable, it's okay, because the consular we are talking about, we are obtaining it through the embassy of the zoo here. They are the one that issued the consular card. It's just like it expires, after three months it expires. So
anything issued by Nigeria is not acceptable, including their consular card and their passport or their ID.
That's the case. That's why I prompted me to ask, because that's the only option we have here.
Sorry, what you're trying to say is that the country where you're residing, there is no evidence of, or rather a certificate or any document issued to you that you reside there legally.
The only legalized ID card is this consular, which expires after 3 months.
No, I mean from the government of the country you're living in.
No, except if you can accept if you have a driver license. That for now, for the option I know, because when you came in contact with the police here, they only ask you of that particular consular, which if you present it, you are good to go.
I know about ECOWAS card and non-citizen ID card. It's also applicable in Ghana. So I don't know about the country where you are.
I think Grace, I think what he's trying to, I know in the application, there's an application that deals with those that do not have any of those government identified documents, right? There's a particular category for that Biafrans that do not have those legal documents could go and apply. I was thinking we have a section for that, right?
If he is having asylum status in the country where he is, but he doesn't fall into that category, because you say he has consular card.
No, not just asylum. I mean other documents, not just asylum, applying for asylum. But I mean, you can check that. For those that do not have legal papers in the country where they reside, but they want to obtain their ID card.
Yeah, for that one, if you don't want to, I think that form also have a part for. That's the general application form. But I don't know if he's asking for the sake of getting ID card or just to register with the government in the database. If it's to register with the government in the database, that's type D5 form is for him.
Yeah, like can you hear me, sir?
Yeah,
like me now asking, I am the admin here, and I think I'm kind of meeting up to the special status. So that's why it's essential that I get this information down to know where I actually know, or the process where I can obtain my own ID card. So that is it, sir.
Yeah, so for that special status ID card is requesting for that means of identity.
Okay, so
it's requesting for that.
Okay, that means obtaining for the special status now is not necessary, right?
So if you have your national ID card, passport, or driving license, fine. But remember, if it's something issued by Nigerian government, it's not accepted. That's just the direct answer for this special status application, please.
Another option for you is that you could visit the police, since you said they have checked your legal status and they authorize you to go. So you can go back there and request that they issue you a kind of a document stating that you reside there illegally that will have your picture. So that can also be put into consideration for as long as it comes from that country in question. But if we do not have any proof that you reside there, then the system has been built in a way that it will not recognize anyone, that their identity cannot be verified, unfortunately.
Okay, that means that they will, if it's possible, they will give you a paper, not like an ID card. Now, can the system accept the paper as the paper which they give to you?
Sorry, can you come again?
I said, like,
yes, now welcome back from that update. Kudos to the cabinet for this plan wey they make to make sure say everything go smooth as possible. We thank God and we know say by the grace of Chukwuka Biama, all this thing go according to plan. Now by evidence and fact we will put to ground, no be faith. For this matter, me I go rest my case now. Thank you.